All right, here we go. Engine humming, wheels rolling, and the city slowly opening up around you. It's one of those drives that starts off wrapped in a quiet kind of calm. Trees framing your path, houses with just a few lights flickering in windows. Someone's probably making a cup of tea right now, no idea you're passing by. Funny how many lives you drift past on a simple drive. The streets feel lived in, don't they? That kind of cozy charm that you only notice when you're not in a rush. There's a family garden to the left, trampoline in the corner, plastic slide tipped slightly sideways. Bet it's seen some serious childhood summers. If you look closely, you'll spot the little signs of time. Moss edging the old brick walls, ivy just starting to reclaim the back fences. Passing by a stretch of tall hedges now, with the occasional glimpse into long driveways or tucked-away bungalows. Somewhere behind one of those fences, a dog is definitely watching you pass. Ears perked, wondering if you're the postman or just another boring car. A cyclist pulls up ahead, high-vis jacket, determined pace. Always impressive how early some people get moving. The sun's peeking through the clouds now, not quite golden, but soft enough to brush everything with warmth. It's the kind of light that makes even a row of bins look poetic in its own way. There's a tiny coffee place you just passed, not open yet, but you can smell the ghost of espresso from yesterday. Someone inside might be prepping for the morning rush, steaming milk in silence, mentally gearing up for orders. Imagine starting every morning caffeinated and surrounded by croissants. Not a bad life. Crossing into a slightly busier stretch now. More flats, a bit of buzz. A couple of people waiting at a bus stop. One staring off into the distance like they're in a music video. Another scrolling on their phone with the intensity of someone dodging reality. You ever wonder what song someone's listening to when they look that focused? Now it's residential again. Nice rhythm to this area. Quiet, then a touch of energy, then calm again. There's a cat on a windowsill, blinking slowly at the world like it knows something we don't. Cats always look like they're halfway through a deep philosophical conversation with themselves. You can feel a bit of elevation here. Not a hill exactly, but a slight climb. The kind that makes you press the pedal just a little harder. Trees getting taller on the sides, their branches forming an overhead kind of tunnel. If it rains later, this stretch will be the first to feel like a movie scene. More foot traffic now. Someone walking briskly in business shoes, probably late. Another person dragging a shopping trolley with one wobbly wheel. You can almost hear it squeak from here. Everyone's on their own kind of mission. Same time, same city. Entirely different timelines. You catch a glance of a school playground behind a fence. Empty for now, but the painted lines and chalk ghosts on the pavement show it's seen action. Echoes of kids laughing, running, negotiating the rules of tag. Childhood's like that, intense and fleeting, all in one. Clouds are shifting now, a bit of blue sneaking through. You're in that in-between time where the city hasn't quite woken up, but it's stretching, yawning, almost ready. The shops are still shuttered, but someone's inside one of them restocking shelves, humming along to the radio. You just know it's a classic station too. Something from the 80s, maybe a little Phil Collins. As you near your destination, the houses start to look a bit more polished. Not flashy, just well-loved. Ivy neatly trimmed, windows sparkling from a recent clean. There's a sense of pride in this neighborhood, but it's understated. No need to shout, it just is. Almost there now. Take in this last stretch, this peaceful, winding moment where the world fades out a little and you're just moving forward. You've already got some rhythm in the drive now, settled in, familiar hum beneath you, the kind of smooth that makes you forget you're even steering. The road stretches ahead like it's not in a hurry to end. There's a tree up ahead, leaning just slightly over the pavement, branches swaying like it's greeting each car one by one. It probably has no idea it's the most patient greeter in the city. A jogger passes on the left, earbuds in, arms pumping. There's a certain kind of focus in their face. Not quite joy, not quite pain. Just that determined space people get into when they're deep in a rhythm. The sort of thing that makes you respect them, but also makes you appreciate the fact that you're in a warm car, just cruising. Off to the side, you spot one of those houses that hasn't been updated in decades. Curtains drawn, old stone steps, maybe a little rust on the gate. And still, somehow, it feels more solid than the newer places. Like it's seen more winters than it cares to count, and it's still standing, unimpressed by time. Traffic slows for a beat. There's a delivery van pulled up awkwardly near the curb, hazard lights blinking like a small electronic apology. Someone's carrying a box marked fragile across the street with the kind of care usually reserved for newborns or wedding cakes. There's a certain tenderness to it, even if it's just kitchen tiles or wine glasses. You move again and pass a long stone wall, moss creeping across the bottom like it's crawling up from the past. There's probably history behind that wall. Something old and quiet, still watching. It doesn't need to announce itself. Some things don't. You just feel it. There's laughter up ahead. Someone walking a kid to school, backpacks bouncing, conversation lost in the wind. The kind of laughter that makes you smile a little without even knowing why. Kids have that effect. There's still magic in their morning, still wonder in every leaf on the ground or pigeon taking flight. A dog pokes its head out of a car window opposite you, tongue lolling, eyes wide with joy. That kind of joy that's unfiltered, ridiculous, and absolutely enviable. It's not thinking about where it's going, just that it is going. Wind in its face, moment by moment. Honestly, it might have life figured out better than we do. You notice the clouds have shifted again. Soft light breaking through now, reflecting off windshields and windows. It's that kind of almost sunshine that makes everything look just a little more cinematic. You could swear the air even smells cleaner for a second. Like rain was here recently and left the world slightly polished. Someone's out watering plants in their front garden. No rush in their movements, just calm, careful attention. A little ritual before the day really begins. You can tell they've done it for years, same time, same quiet focus. Probably knows every leaf like a friend. There's a patch of wildflowers just starting to push through a neglected lot. Bright, stubborn color against dull brick and cracked concrete. It's small, but it catches your eye. That defiance, that casual insistence on growing anyway. Nature's gentle rebellion. And just like that, the road opens up a bit. Fewer cars now, the kind of space that makes you breathe a little easier. The hum of the engine, the occasional tick of the indicator. All of it becoming a rhythm, a soft background to your thoughts. You're not just driving now, you're floating. Almost there, not rushing it. Just letting the road carry you the rest of the way. The drive's nearly over now, but there's still something soft about this final stretch. Like the city is easing you into whatever comes next. A man with a coffee cup stands by a corner, not really going anywhere, just sipping and staring at the sky like it might tell him something. You catch his gaze for half a second, and it's like you both know. this moment doesn't need to be more than it is. You pass under a cluster of tall trees, their branches creating that dappled light effect on the road, shadows flickering like film frames. It's oddly comforting, like the world's tucking you in. There's a row of shops just waking up now, shutters halfway open, someone sweeping the front step with the kind of patience only seen before opening hours. You can feel the hum of the city picking up speed, but you're still ahead of the wave. Just for a few more moments, you've got the road to yourself. Smooth, steady, quiet. Almost there. You glide past a stretch of old brick homes where the ivy climbs higher every year. One has a little ceramic bird nailed to the wall near the door. Odd detail, but it sticks with you. A man in a fleece jacket is unlocking his bike, adjusting his helmet with the practiced motion of someone who's done this 5 days a week, probably for years. He doesn't notice you, but you notice him. Just one more moment in the quiet collage of this ride. And now the road bends gently again, your hands steady on the wheel, the engine barely making a sound. It's a pause between places, peaceful in that way only a drive can be. There's a small garden on the corner you just passed, not manicured, just wild enough to feel intentional. Lavender spilling over the edge, a ceramic gnome tucked half hidden behind a pot. Someone put care into that space. A gust of wind sends a few leaves skittering across the road ahead of you. Dry, light, chasing each other like kids at recess. The lights changing again, just slightly warmer now, brushing the tops of parked cars with a quiet golden glow. You barely notice how slow you're going.